So you're attending an interview. The interviewer asks, why should we hire you? This is one common question which we keep hearing from many people and many interviewers. Personally, even I ask the question at times just to understand how different the person can think. There was a video which went viral a couple of years ago or months ago. It talks about attitude of a person, never change your attitude kind of a stuff. So the interviewer asks the person who's come for the interview, write something on the board. You remember which video I'm talking about. So 3 or 4 people will go back questioning, what should I write? How should I write? What do you think I should be doing here and all that stuff. But the last guy who comes in, when he said, write something on the board, picks up the marker, goes to the board and writes something. You hear the connection? So it's just the presence of mind which matters a lot in many instances. Now coming back to a point, somebody asked you, why should we hire you? We have a lot of answers to give. I'm the fastest learner. I'm a very good team player. I give priority to my work. Let me tell you, these answers are not what the interviewer is looking for. They are looking for what is it in you which makes you different from others. That's a very important aspect. And that's what is value proposition. When you're trying to identify the value proposition, you need to understand what solution are you providing to your client to ease their pain point. Let me give you an example of Khan Academy. I'm sure you must have read or heard Mr. Sal Khan's story. How it all started was he teaching his nieces at home certain subjects. Now, his nieces liked it so much that their friends started coming and listening to his classes and taking tuitions from him. That's where the idea bulb came. He said, I looks like I'm a good teacher, and he evaluated all the options and started Khan Academy. And today I don't need to re-emphasize or give you the story of where Khan Academy is. We all look up to that organization. They went into becoming a non-profit. And at one point of time, if you've heard a story, Microsoft was very interested and Bill Gates himself met him and wanted to invest in the idea. That's what the power of value proposition is. I can go on giving a lot of examples, but the most important is you need to identify what your idea's strength is to demonstrate it back to your organization or to the consumers if you're an entrepreneur. And if you're an entrepreneur, you have to demonstrate it back to your organization. Let me take another small example. Swiggy. For my global audience, Swiggy is an app where you can order food from the comfort of your home from any restaurant across the city. They started off as a food delivery app, and it was a very simple transaction. Log into the app, put your address, find which restaurants or what kind of food you want to eat, order it from the restaurant, pay the money, and Swiggy charges a small transaction fee for bringing the food to you. Simple. When it started, if you go back and look at how they started, it took some time for people to accept the fact, what kind of people will bring my food? Will it be hygienic? If I go to the restaurants, I can see what the guy is bringing to the table. Will they adulterate the food in between? So there were a lot of questions which came. However, once it took off, I think people loved the concept, and today Swiggy is doing a lot more things. It can even deliver things for you from your space to another space, or from if you want to send documents, or if you want to send something to your friends and family. It's very convenient. Just log in, put your address, put the drop address, and hand it over to the delivery person, and your job is done. Then they went into on-demand groceries. So if you need something right now in the next half an hour, 1 hour, milk or something like that, open and just go ahead and ask for it, and they can bring it home. It's a very simple idea, But if you look at it from a value proposition standpoint, the persona of the client is an individual like me and like you. What are they solving? They're solving three things: on-demand delivery of anything, food, medicines or parcels or anything. You can order groceries and you can send something to your friends or family. Simple, no complication in that. Now, what the value proposition here is, most importantly, my time and my energy in today's world where time is crucial for everything, especially in tier 1, tier 2 kind of cities, where the cities have expanded across India. It becomes very convenient for me in order to order something. For instance, today I wanted to come early into work and I didn't have my breakfast. So I just came to work and ordered. In 15 minutes, the breakfast was here. I finished my breakfast and now I'm starting to do my video. This is one part to it. Now, if you look at it from a diagrammatic perspective, look at this diagram. It's a very simple demonstration of what value proposition is. The top and the bottom triangles demonstrate the client and the value, or the idea or the solution what you're giving, and the midpoint is the value proposition. Now, how do you get to this midpoint? That's the first question. Now, look at your idea, identify your idea, write it down in points. Now, look at what it is solving for your client persona. Put them in points. Map these both. The more number of mappings or arrows you see to a particular solution for the problem what you have identified, that becomes your value proposition. Look at, for example, Swiggy's value proposition. If you look at it, the client persona and what services they offer just three, and here is the client persona, and it touches all the three. The simple value proposition is save time, energy, and it's on demand 24/7. Like this, every idea has a value proposition. Like why somebody should hire you. You should have a value proposition. So value proposition is a common thing in our lives. In his book, Daniel Pink talks about it. Sell yourself. Right? In every instance of our life, we need to sell ourselves. From our childhood, when we ask our parents, I want this, I want that, you should convince them. I know you see a lot of times, and we have gone through it in our childhoods, that we make a big fuss over it, that we need something and I need it right now, Dad, right? But there are certain ways of handling it. And if you look at it from your life standpoint, every instance is where you sell yourself. You come to, you finish your education, you get to a higher education, you need to attend the interview, you need to tell them why you want this course, what are you planning to do with it. And after your course, you start attending interviews, or you start building your own organization, whatever it is, everywhere you need to sell yourself. That is your value proposition. And few people who are very clear and who have got the understanding of the value proposition, life changes for them. Jack Ma of Alibaba says that at 35 he was working for $20 or $10 per hour, and he couldn't realize the purpose of his life until he was in late 30s or late 40s. So there is no timeline for you to get that, but the more you think about what is different in you, what is special about you, and what your value proposition is, it becomes easier for you to understand or sell yourself. The same logic applies to your idea, either as an entrepreneur or as an entrepreneur. The more value you can identify from the solution, what you're going to provide, the more successful the idea is, and more people will accept it. Now, again, if we get into various topics of client segmentation, client personas, it's a big topic. But this video, I just wanted to focus on what value proposition is and what you should look at, or what is one simple trick to look at how to identify your value proposition. Hope you like this video. Subscribe and do let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you and have a lovely day.